Okay, this is Earl Campbell. He's going to tell us what happened. And Earl, why don't you tell us what happened?
Well, well, this is to the nearest of my recollection. I was a passenger in a car on base at Keesler Air Force Base.
Talk up just a little. Can you talk a little bit louder?
As a passenger, is this better?
Yeah, I just want to make sure it gets you.
Okay. Here, I got my...
I don't know why I thought McDonald's would be quiet on a Sunday.
Well, being a passenger in this car, all of a sudden, the base fire truck, the hook and ladder fire truck, slammed into the side of us. For me, I didn't know what happened. It was a fade to black moment. Didn't feel anything, didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. It was just a fade to black moment. It wasn't painful at all. Then I realized I was awake and floating. I was floating down a tunnel. Tunnel with undefined walls, but I knew there was people there. It was kind of strange. But it was really nice feeling. So we're floating down this tunnel, and I realized that, hey, I'm not breathing. Not to worry though, don't need to breathe. And then it came to me, and like, well, I'm not hungry, I'm not cold, I'm not hot. Gee, this is kind of strange. Just feeling really mellow. Part of my eating, I'm hungry. Part of my morning ritual.
Well, yeah, you weren't feeling hungry then, but you are now.
So, while floating down this tunnel, I realized there was a bright light at the very end of the tunnel. Didn't think too much of it, except that it was getting brighter. In actuality, it was getting closer, or I was getting closer to it.
Did you ever think, oh, I must be dead?
At that point, no.
No?
No, at that point I never thought I was dead. It was, I knew something was different, but I never thought dead.
It just felt natural?
Yeah, it felt very natural. Not uncomfortable at all. So we're going down this tunnel, and I get the feeling that I know some of the people that are along the sides of the tunnel. I don't know why, it's just a feeling I got. They were happy. They were basically smiling.
So you felt like maybe they knew you too?
Yeah, they must have known me. Most of them I did not recognize. But they were in a perfect state where I might not have recognized them.
Okay, half a second.
Huh? Well, I was beginning to probably suspect that I was dead at that point. Because I thought, I don't hurt. All this is very strange. Everything feels good. It's not frightening. That kind of surprised me that it wasn't frightening.
Did it occur to you to think, how'd I get here?
No, I knew how I got there.
Oh, okay.
I knew that the fire truck had hit us, and that's how.
And that's how you thought, oh, I must be dead.
Yeah. Well, after a while I reached the end of the tunnel and it opened up into a nice meadow. Just about the nicest meadow you can ever imagine. Temperature was beautiful. Just perfect. And then I saw somebody walking towards me. I thought, oh, I wonder who this is. The closer he got, the more familiar looking he got. When he got up very close to me, I just knew he was God. Nobody had to tell me, I just knew he was God. Not Jesus Christ, but God himself. Big difference there. And I thought, oh boy, he's going to probably chastise me 9 ways to Sunday. He's got a right to. He said, basically, welcome, Earl. How do you feel? I felt wonderful. It was a very nice feeling. And he says, well, I guess you know where you are. I said, yeah, pretty sure I know where I'm at. I said, this is pretty neat. He says, yeah, but he says, there's better parts too. He says, it's not all the same. So you could get bored if it was all the same. There's the old saying about variety is the spice of life. Kind of holds true.
You know, and we can also do this in parts. So if you get to a good stopping place, because you don't want to leave anything out,
Yeah.
that's okay. Because I'll just make it part 1, part 2, part 3.
They said, let's go over here and sit down. There's a nice looking stone bench a few feet from us. And so we went over there and we sat down. It was actually comfortable for a stone bench. And we started talking. He told me I can ask him anything I wanted, anything at all. I said, well, that leaves up open a whole wide range of subjects, doesn't it? And he said, yeah, it does. Things are as strange as you think and stranger. It kind of got to think he meant the universe is bigger and more complicated than we can ever imagine. In fact, we may not have the capacity to imagine all of it. Maybe we go through periods or stages of understanding. I don't know.
That sounds right.
But he's very nice, very gentle. He wasn't condescending or anything like that. He tapped my hand every now and then to assure me. Says, you're not in no make-believe land, you're really here. He said, because I said, you know, maybe this is just a figment of my imagination. And he says, has your figment of your imagination ever imagined anything like this before? And I said, no. Not even close. So that's when I knew it wasn't a figment of my imagination. So it is absolutely the neatest thing I ever experienced. It's sometimes even hard to put it into words what you feel like in a situation like that.
Maybe there aren't words.
So we got talking about things like religion. And he said religion amused him. Now, of all things, I would expect God to say that would not been one of them, that religion amuses him. That just sounded kind of odd. He said, it amuses you. I said, yeah, mankind has so many ways to distort so many things that it's amazing. Said they can look at a flower and think it's the sun, when in fact it's just a flower. So when I created man, I never imagined you would develop into what you have developed into. He says it's pleasing to me, but also surprising. I thought I'd been surprised before, but this was surprising. Said, ask me some more stuff. I know religion was one of the big ones for you. Said, yeah, that was. Said, what about miracles? Says, miracles happen all the time. Says, you ever go to the restroom and have the urinal open for you to use? That's a miracle.
Okay, all right. That's we're coming up on about 15 minutes, so we're going to stop here.
All right.
And this is the end of part 1.
Okay.
Everybody stay tuned. We're going to hear the rest of Earl. One thing, Earl, how old were you?
17.
17-year-old Earl Campbell dies, gets run over by a pickup truck, or a fire truck. All right, let's stop there. Go ahead.
You go into a bathroom, you really need to go. The stall's open. Now, isn't that a miracle?
Well,
Miracles don't have to be, you know, frogs raining down from the sky. That's what people don't understand. They don't understand what is a miracle. Just feeling good sometimes is a miracle.
you know, I knew a minister. Well, I didn't know him, but I heard him say it. His name's Ian Punnett, went to theological seminary. He was a host on Coast to Coast. He always said, miracle is a Greek word for a small thing to see. Or a little thing to see. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
I think it means that you can't prove them, but they sure are handy.
And they definitely exist.
And they definitely exist. Alright, let's leave it out there, and we'll pick up with part 2 tomorrow morning. If we have a tomorrow morning, who knows? Could rain frogs and we're all dead by tomorrow.
I'm worried more about a meteor hitting us.
Yeah. It's probably a little worse than frogs.
I thought some big meteor hitting.
Really?
Or lightning. Someday. That would sure devastate the earth. Change our way of life. We would have no way of life. Hard to imagine.
Yeah, we're kind of precariously balanced, aren't we? Well, you want to tell the audience anything about, reassure them in any way? Or?
Yeah. Not right this second.
Okay, all right. We're going to stop there then.